Hi, everybody, and welcome back. On today's episode, we will be discussing Woman Down by Colleen Hoover, and on the next episode, we will be discussing The Surrogate Mother by Frida McFadden. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at bookedandbusypod_ for updates and additional announcements. I want to start our episode by asking you first, Tanitra, is this your first Colleen Hoover novel?
It is. It is. I enjoyed it, but I've seen her books before, but I've never read them myself. I'm not really into, a whole lot of white women writers. It was a good book.
I feel it.
Yeah, it's you got to be a real good for me to be okay, Frida, I mess with her books all day.
But I'm going to be honest, I hate that this was your first one that you read because it's so many other great ones.
That's what I was seeing in the reviews. They were it was people kind of let down.
Yeah, I will say that some of my favorites have been adapted into a movie. 3 of them have been adapted into movies, but my favorite ones that haven't been adapted, one is Too Late. I recommend that one.
Okay.
Yeah,
because I do like the way that she writes. It's just we'll get into it.
yeah, I recommend Too Late by Colleen Hoover, and I also recommend Heart Bones. I recommend those two. And the one that I recommend that was made into a movie adaptation is Reminders of Him. I know did you probably see the previews to the movie? Yeah.
But I haven't seen it yet, so I'd like to read the book first.
Yeah, read the book. Yeah, definitely read the book to Reminders of Him first. And they did good with the movie adaptation, but I definitely say read the book first because it had me in tears when I was reading it. But I hate that Woman Down was your first one reading because I know you read and saw that warning message before she started the novel, saying that this wasn't based on her life. And I'm just when I'm reading this, I'm bitch, you're lying.
Why would you feel the need to say that?
And then,
it felt it did feel a little personal. I mean, but I don't know.
And it definitely gave, I'm doing this because I'm in a writing slump type of thing.
Yeah, meta reality, literally writing about yourself, and then you telling me that only makes me think. Now I'm reading it with the thought in my head: is this about you? So.
Yeah, because she definitely, her first movie adaptation, there was some controversy that came out with the two main characters. Yeah.
What?
It wasn't the how in the book, the little false story she was telling or whatever, little story she was telling. It was, she had controversy with the two lead, the lead actress and the other lead actor. It was some claim of sexual harassment on set or something, and she immediately sided with the main actress of the novel. And so after that, and after the adaptation came out, she went on a social media, she went on social media for a year or so.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Okay. See.
So it definitely gave, this was, I'm in a writing slump, because the last book that was published before Woman Down, the last book came out in 2023, so this is 3 years.
Okay.
She usually doesn't even let that much time fly in between novels, so I was just when I was reading Woman Down, I was this is definitely based off of you. I don't know why you're trying to put that disclaimer that this is not based on my life. And I'm just yes.
I don't know if she always, because again, this is my first one from her, so I didn't know if she always do little messages like that at the beginning. I kind of shrugged it off, but with you telling me this backstory, I'm
yeah, because she's a great writer. Like I said, this novel is I just don't want to say it's the worst one I've read, but it's it's the worst one I've read. Because I haven't read all of the Colleen Hoover books, of course, but I've read a good, I think, how many have I read?
Yeah.
Read 7. I've read a lot of them. Colleen Hoover got me back into reading. Kennedy Ryan and Colleen Hoover got me back into reading.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely check out some more, because I like the way she writes, but it did feel I don't like a whole bunch of too much romantic stuff. Not to be a downer or anything, but it's just it was a lot for what I felt should have been more of a mystery story, and towards the end it got more into the mystery, but it was more so it did feel the details of an illicit affair. I don't know, but if it was based on her life, I would not be surprised.
Yeah, but her books are drama filled. I would say it has romance in them, but it has an intense story behind
I like that
them.
more. Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel it could have been more of that.
Yeah, it's nothing that's so like violent or anything like that. It's just it got a good amount of drama in her books. Yes, suspense.
That's what I like.
For sure.
That's what I like.
Nothing like no dun dun, nothing like that. But it's definitely like gets your brain jogging. Like, hold on, like let me.
That's what I like.
Change the page.
I feel like this one was like it could have been like when I was reading it, it was giving me like, especially at the beginning, maybe the first 7 or 8 chapters, I was like, this is a lot of jump scares with nothing happening. It's just like, you know how in a scary movie it's just like yeah, but it led to nothing. Like it didn't start leading to anything till later. It was just always like but then it's like, oh, okay, no, it's just this like then okay, then it starts being real. But to me it was just like too much titillating. But I like the way she writes, and I feel like I would maybe like some of her other books better.
Yeah, like how they do in movies when they'll open the refrigerator door and then they close the refrigerator, somebody's standing right there.
Or they walk past and it's like, and they're like, and it's just the dog sitting right there, like, like asking to be let in or something stupid like that. Yeah, I feel like it was just too many of those.
Yeah, it was definitely that. But I will say, Verity is a good one, and the adaptation of that is coming out.
That one before.
Yes, with my girl Anne Hathaway when we playing Verity. So
I love me some Anne Hathaway. They better get off of Anne Hathaway online. Like, don't make me fight. Have you seen? Oh, well, I don't know if you've seen it. You know, you ain't on Twitter or anything anymore. But like, they just been talking about how they was like comparing actresses, but they were saying like her Botox in her face is like makes it so she can't express anymore, and it like takes away. And I was just like, I saw The Devil Wears Prada too, and she's still amazing. Don't do Anne Hathaway. We're not doing that today.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorite white girls. We're not finna do
that. Unproblematic, fly, cool.
And she still look the same way.
She does. It's like whatever she got done, I feel like work should always be like undetectable, like something like, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't change your face too much. Whatever she's done looks good. Like she still looks like Anne Hathaway. She's not like her face clamped to the back of her head. Like she looks the same, and she's only like 48. She's young.
Yeah, she's like a young, like old person, if that makes sense.
Like knock it off.
It's like she's one of those like people who were like a teenager when we were like kids. Yeah. So when I look at her, like I be thinking like she's still kind of like a teenager in my mind, but she's a grown woman. It's hard to explain.
Like
I have a bunch
of people.
Yeah, I feel like that about a lot of people too. Like I feel that way about Raven. I feel that way about like a lot of like Brenda Song. I feel like that about Brenda Song.
Right, all the Disney people for real.
Yeah, all the Disney
all those
people.
Kids. I still be like the Disney kids.
Yeah. Like that's how I feel about Drake and Josh. Like that's how I just, they're grown, of course, but in my mind they're still teenagers. So when I think of Anne Hathaway, that's what I think of, like a grown teenager.
Okay, so in Woman Down we meet Petra. The story is told from her point of view. She's a writer and she's written books before, and her latest book she's kind of in a creative slump, like we kind of alluded to at the beginning of the episode. She's in a creative slump. The last book that she had that came out got a lot of backlash for how she changed the characters, and people like online and her public, a lot of her fans didn't like it, the film adaptation. So she kind of goes into this slump, and to write her next book, she goes to a cabin in the woods to be by herself and just be inspired by nature and all of that good stuff. And here is where we meet Detective Nathaniel Saint. Yeah, so this is a cop, and he comes to her door one night, and he's telling her that there was an escaped convict, and he had ended up offing himself somewhere on her property. That's what the detective tells her, and that's how we meet them. So later on, somebody breaks into her cabin. We find out that it's him. A lot of shady things going on with Nate from the jump, we'll say that. But anyway, she begins an illicit affair with this detective. She's married. She has a whole family. This lady's got 2 kids and this married.
She revealed this middle of the book.
Yeah. That's what we find out after they've already been hunching all over the place. Her family ends up showing up at the cabin. It's a whole ordeal, but she's basically there's some tension between her and her husband, and it makes it easier for her to escape with this dude. We find out later also that Nathaniel is like an online fan of hers. He creates this character for them to kind of have this thrill.
He's a screenwriter.
Yeah, he's a screenwriter, but he's like a fan, and he's created this character so that to try to inspire her, in his own words. And throughout their affair, she's like wrestling with all her guilt, and then the shame and all of that, but she's also very attracted to him, imagining him while she's messing with her husband. It's messy. But later on, we find out that Saint is not a detective, like we said. He's a screenwriter. His real name is Eric. What was it? I just remember Eric. His name ain't Saint. Yeah. His name ain't Saint. But his real name is Eric, and also her publicist friend, Nora, had actually set up their initial encounter to, I don't know, inspire her writing and whatnot. It's the meaning behind that still felt stupid to me at the end of the book. Like, I'd have slapped the hell out of her. But anyway, we get to the end of the story, and she decides to break things off with Nate and focus on her family, which I think is gross. Girl, you've been over here screwing this stranger, and you're just going to go back home to your husband. But yeah, she decides to leave him, and her book is a success. Woman Down comes out. She bases it off of her encounters with Saint, so in a way it kind of did work. But at the end, he writes a letter. She gets an anonymous message, and it's telling her to meet at the a booking for the cabin, and it's telling her that she needs to get ready to start writing her next book, basically. And it's him luring her back to the cabin. So yeah.
And for some reason, I guess my mind is a little, when it comes to white women and overreacting, I just be feeling like, because when I'm reading it, like, towards the end, I feel like she made it a bigger deal than it was.
Yeah. I did, but it was also like, it was a lot of manipulation going on.
Like, yeah, now that's what I can see her being mad about. But I just feel like once I kind of like find out, it's like you got a good book out of it. So I just kind of feel like,
because it did end up being a success. So I'm just like, it worked, whatever it was. But also, I could see that being weird. Like, I definitely but I wouldn't be so. I feel like she's gonna go back to the cabin, like, and they're gonna do this whole thing all over again. And so I don't think she learned no lesson anyway.
Like, you can always book somewhere else. That's why I was just thinking, like...
I'm like, she's going to go back to that cabin.
Right. But I feel like, even with when she was arguing with the neighbor lady or whatever, I'm just like, now, you ain't even got to do... Talking about I want my money back. You ain't getting your money back. You stay here. You're not getting your money back. Like,
and when she first got there being all extra, like, girl, calm down. Like, she was doing a lot, like... There was like a whole 2 chapters dedicated to how she didn't like the house, and then the neighbor was supposed to be like, she didn't want to meet the neighbor's wife. I just felt like she did blow a lot of stuff out of proportion. Like, just throughout the book, it was like, maybe if you relax, you would be able to write better.
I do feel like I don't like that neither. Like, if I'm staying somewhere, I don't stay in Airbnbs like that anyway. I don't really like them. I'm just a hotel girl, but
same.
I just don't like I don't like small talk, and I ain't friendly like that. You ain't got to come over here to have no conversation with me when it comes to the neighbor lady. Like,
he was pushing it.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't go home.
Yeah, it's just like, now, we ain't friends. Like, I'm over here, like, really, that's just like, when you get an Uber or a Lyft driver, and they talking your head off, and when you select it, no talking. Like, it's like, come on now.
It's creepy.
So now I'm going to start lying when you start asking me questions. I'm going to be like, just how Issa was in that Uber one time. She was like, oh, we're from Alaska. Like, I'm gonna start doing I'll do bullshit like that. Just because.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't really. I felt like she was blowing a lot of shit out of proportion. Like, even when she even found out at the end that Nora had kind of like concocted the whole thing, sort of. It's just kind of like, calm down.
I mean, I feel like if she hadn't slept with that man and cheated on her husband and stuff, she wouldn't have felt so mad. Like, you mad at what it led to. Like, because really, it's not Nora's fault that you sat here and had an affair and stuff. Nora set up the initial
nobody
meeting.
told you to sleep with him.
Nobody told you to do that. That was your decision over and over.
Yeah.
So, it's because of the decisions that she made.
Okay, let me go into this first question. It says, the book talks a lot about the pressures authors face. Do you agree with any of Petra's complaints about book reviews and the expectations readers put on authors?
Heck yeah.
I don't know. I'd be like, fuck them folks, because reading is subjective.
That's how I feel like that's how you and I would respond. But like, as far as what like the backlash people have over like simple things in books and whatnot, they definitely face that. I don't know how you respond to that. Is up to you, but it's definitely real. Like what they're facing and like the reviews and the criticisms, because for some reason, everybody thinks they can write everybody's book better than the person that wrote it. Like, if you want
really
something
harder.
different, it's very hard to get your ideas out, one, craft it and structure it into a book. Like, if you want things that different, it's like kind of off topic, but it's similar to how they're doing like Euphoria, because I was never like all the way into it, but I did watch it. And so like the newest season that came out, they still like I like started back watching it just because people were talking about it. But the people have so much to say, and it's the people who watch the show and they're just like, why did they do this? He shouldn't have done this. He always like, because it's his show that he wrote and created. Like, you can't tell somebody who created something. Like, there's always going to be a whole wave of criticisms that you got to face. So,
yeah,
that's definitely real.
Yeah, I feel like, because I don't think people understand how hard it is to sit and actually, in words, try to paint a scene or describe how people are fucking, or to describe how, like, what people are wearing. Like, people have to put this, like, image of characters in your brain. Like, we have read some books, and I ain't gonna say what book specifically, but it's one book in particular. It's one book that I just cannot. I cannot read that book. I couldn't even get past the first chapter. It was horrible. Like, people don't understand that everybody cannot do that. So, but like I said, reading is subjective. People don't like Frida. People don't like Colleen. Some people be critics of Kennedy Ryan. They don't be understanding, but that's what they are. But I guess when you're an artist and you're an author, you're sensitive about your shit. So I think it's just, that's
blocking
the pressures.
Like, that's the best thing that you can do is like not be online and stuff unless you got somebody handling that for you for PR reasons, your professional pages. But for the most part, there's no reason for you to be in them comments reading what people are saying about you. No good can come of it. There's no positive. There's only negative. No, even the positive reviews you don't need to be feeding into.
And that's what I remember. I was watching. It was that show that Kenya Barris did on. It was based off of his life. It was that show he did on Netflix.
Black AF.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that one. I love that show, and I wish they had more seasons of it. But I
kind of like that one, but I love Blackish. Like, I don't care what people be saying about Blackish. Like, I like leave me alone. Yeah, see, I like that one like a little less than Blackish, but I still like Grownish. Like, but that's the exact same thing, because people are always going to have something to say. Yeah,
because people be quick to talk about some Kenya Barris only use light-skinned women and stuff. That man can do what the fuck he wants.
It's his shit. And then I'm just like, you can't tell nobody who to cast and who to be attracted to and who to do. Like, relax. That the world we live in as a whole has just gotten so, people feel so entitled. Like, somebody asked you for your opinion about their thing, and they feel like you really need to script your, like, form whatever you're creating to their narrative to every single person. That's impossible. But people are extremely entitled. Like, don't even pay attention to it.
And on that episode, one of the episodes of Black as Fuck, Tyler Perry was on an episode with him, and he was telling him, like, I don't give a fuck about what them people think, like, because people are going to be watching my shit regardless. These are, like, our Black experiences. This is what people, like, are doing. So I just wish, like, I mean, I guess you want to get the conversation going of, like, your show or your book or whatever it is. So I guess that's a good thing if you have people talking.
Yeah, because some people do hate watch. And then, like, if anything, some people who just, like, don't hate it or like it, they just heard about it, and now they want to go watch it, and they end up liking it. So, I guess any conversation is good conversation, but the important part is, as an artist, that you don't sit there and feed into it or pay attention to it, because people are fickle.
I feel like as an artist, or as even like an author or whatever you do, I just feel like you gotta just have confidence in your own shit to where you don't let stuff like that affect you.
I like it.
Yeah. Like, because, and then there's me, if it was me, like, if I was like a celebrity or one of these people that's like online or something like that, I've been trolling folks. Like, people be like,
definitely.
I hate
we're millennials. We're not gonna go for that. Like, you're not, like, we're gonna troll you. We don't
you think
care.
you're gonna cyberbully me when,
Absolutely
like, I've
not.
been around for this shit? Like, I know how this shit work. Like, hold on. Like,
I noticed that for such a long time. It'd be like, it's not funny because it's mean. But it really be like Gen Xers and like not even older millennials, because they know, but like it'd be like Gen Xers and older who be like online Boomers. Getting cyberbullied for real. Yeah, but it's like, you can't be cyberbullied when you grew up with the internet, like, and you were here in its heyday. Like, do you know what they used to say to little girls who was just jumping into chat rooms and stuff on AOL in 2002?
Like,
you don't hurt my feelings. I'm gonna troll you back. Yeah. Like, this is nothing.
Somebody tell me, you should, bitch, you need to kill yourself, you bitch. I'm gonna be like,
you first.
I'm like, right.
Let's do it together.
Right. I'm pretty sure you ain't got nothing to live for. Like,
I'm saying, like, show your real face, because you're probably tweeting this or saying this from behind a profile picture that isn't you.
I will get so dark. I don't think people will be understanding. Like,
I'm the wrong one. God knew what he was doing, not to make me like famous or anything. Because like I'm going tit for tat with you. Like, I don't care. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. Because one, I don't know who you are. You're a stranger. You're literally an icon on the screen to me. Like, you're nobody.
Yeah,
you're clearly commenting on something I'm doing.
I feel like people in general, like, who get in their head about like their stuff or people critiquing them online. Like I said, for one, it's either, like, you don't have confidence or you're doubting yourself, or, like, I just feel, well, I don't know. I just feel like, I feel like they need to pay attention more to, like, the good comments, because I feel like it's more good comments than it is bad.
And there usually are. Like, you have to sniff out the negative ones. Like, why are you, why are you paying attention to them?
Yeah, I think you should, more so people should focus on the positive than it is the negative. Like, if you focus on negative,
support you.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's go to the next question. It says, who was your favorite side character? Wasn't really know a whole lot of side characters in here.
No.
Because I ain't like none of them. They was all
I was
annoying.
Gonna say, like, I was gonna say, if I had to choose somebody, like, I still can't, because, like, they were aggravating to me, especially that neighbor. I couldn't stand her with her messy self.
Nah, we gonna say the husband and the family popping up and she writing that in there was a big surprise.
Yeah, I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
the kids.
Yeah, right. The kids are my favorite ones. I was like,
the babies.
I hate they use that name for her husband, Shepherd.
Shepherd is awful.
Yes, that's a horrible name. I'm like, why people be naming their kids that?
It's like, you sound like a man that I'd be picturing another man when I'm having sex with him.
Yeah, you sound like a fucking nerd. Ew. Yeah, let's go to our next question. We kind of talked about this. It said, what did you think of the pacing of the novel?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Oh, yeah. It's just, it should have, it was just slow. It was slow. It was very slow at the beginning, but it sped up, I guess.
It did, but it's like, I feel like also a lot of the action was kind of, well, the revelations and action was kind of jammed in towards the end of the story. And so I guess, yeah, the pacing was definitely off for me, because I had to keep getting back into the book. Like, it started so slow for me.
Okay, and last question, it says, let's talk about the ending. Had you predicted it?
I knew something was off with Saint. I knew he was weird. Like, something, he wasn't telling the truth about who he was.
I think the twist, even with Saint, I feel like just him saying that he got the information of, like, where she was and all that stuff from the live. Yeah. I was just thinking, now that's like, that is a bit kind of like startling that that is a bit startling that all you did was an innocent live to kind of like try to get back into, and like, writing and stuff.
Who decided to come break into your cabin, because that's really what he was. I know that, like, Nora or whatever her name was, she like set it up, but for real, he's like a Stan who got into your house and into your bed.
You're right, and it makes you think that it's nobody's fault but your own. You do keep and he did mention that, like, you're fucking married, like nobody knew you was married, like that wasn't something you can just find online, like and then she got on live and she said, like, this is what she's doing. She's been in a cabin working on a book at this place and such and such. It's like, you kind of did this to yourself.
Like, boy, you know she wasn't telling you.
Yeah, you're right.
Gonna do all that. Like, he was trying to justify himself.
I don't think people be understanding how easy it is to, because first I'm gonna say this, it's wrong to go hawk down or track any type of celebrity or whatever it is.
Anybody from online.
Yes, but I will say how simple it is to find somebody. Like, if you're like looking, it is so easy to find anybody's information online. Like, so it is like, you gotta be,
put her in that bathtub in Paris. Like, ever since then, that just changed my whole perception of how, I know that was a long time ago. Yeah. Since then, that should have changed everybody's stuff about, like, what and where you post, or what was that rapper, like,
and And
well,
what Pop Smoke? You talking about Pop Smoke?
Pop Smoke, yeah.
Yeah, I think people need to be, in general, they need to realize, like, when people be talking about, like, I would rather be rich than famous. Like, I don't want to be famous at all because you drag so much. Like, even people who go viral, like, you piss off somebody, like, really bad. Like, somebody will come fucking find you.
They will.
It's not that
people
hard.
Are unstable. Yeah. And, like, they'll find, like, from pictures you post, from videos you post, like, that's why I don't be posting pictures on Twitter anymore. Like, I don't want people seeing me or knowing me. Like, actually, I don't have nobody in my real life following me on Twitter, first of all. But, like, also, I'm not finna post pictures here like y'all are people who know me. Because for the most part, y'all are strangers. And it's always somebody out there with negative intentions. Literally always. Like, for the 50 people who like, yes, girl, you look good. It's another one who's like, rotten bitch. I'm gonna like, they always gonna have something to say. So, like, no, it's too dangerous out here. It's way too dangerous.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be, like, famous at all. Like, it is so easy. It's very easy. And I'm gonna tell you, like, how easy it is. I ain't gonna tell you exactly, like, when I be finding people. This is what I've, like, done. Like, this is what I've done before. Just saying. Like, if I've been, like, talking to somebody, like some dude wise or something, I will, if you scroll and you do enough of Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is, search, you can find a lot of information on people.
Absolutely.
You can find out who their mama is, who their grandma is, and all this stuff. And they'll be talking to me and saying all this stuff, and I'd be like, yeah, oh, that sounds cool. Literally, I already know all that shit.
Girls are the best detectives.
Yes, I will literally find shit. I was telling one of my homegirls, like, you better stop living in Delulu land when you be talking to these niggas, because I need to know who the ex-girlfriend is, and I need to know all this before they even decide to DM me. They DM me randomly one day. I already know.
Why is you over here now? I need to know all of it, because people are crazy.
Yeah, like, I already be knowing this is from my own background check.
For real, for my safety. Really, we're young women. Like, for our safety, we have to do these things.
Yes, like, I already know before you
and for our nosiness if we need to.
Yeah, but I don't really care too. I still care. I'm still do my background check. Like, I've looked up to where I found out somebody who I was talking to, and I found out where their home was and how much they pay for their mortgage. Like, that's how deep I done, like.
There was one guy that I talked to like 10 years ago, and just for the hell of it, I wanted to know like what he was doing like last month, and so I looked him up. I like just by his name. He's not like really on socials like that, but I found out that he bought a house. I know where he lives. Like, a lot of this stuff is public knowledge. It don't take much to find it.
Yeah, you find.
I'm just like, oh, he lives over here now.
I guarantee you, and I'm not telling anybody to do this, whoever listens to this, I guarantee you, I can look up Gunna. Gunna's government name is Sergio Kitchens. It's not that many Sergio Kitchens in the world. So if you easily Google that shit, it is going to pop up a telephone number and an address and previous addresses. It's going to pop up so much stuff. So
sure is.
Yeah, like, look, I have analytical skills, okay? Right. I have background, okay? I'm a Virgo rising. This is up my alley. But no, back to the regular, like what we were saying, like as far as like the twists and turns in this novel, I just think what I learned in general from this novel is that you need to just be careful in general, or if you're about to like be famous, or you want to be famous, or you want some attention or something, you need to be just careful in general.
Absolutely.
Would you characterize this book as a thriller? Why or why not?
I think it was meant to be a thriller. I feel like we talked more about like her romantic feelings like for Saint though than we did like the actual, the thrill stuff. Like it was punctuated in there, but I think that it was supposed to be a thriller. I think it was meant to be.
When I think of thriller, I just think of like the slinging slasher or something. Like, I don't be thinking of like
or like housemaid books. Like, you know how it's just like there's a twist around and then there's suspense and waiting for it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I think that this has the potential to be a thriller, but I wouldn't classify it as such.
I feel like it's a thriller when somebody dead, like when somebody dies.
And we gotta find out what happened, or somebody has a history that we don't know about, and we find out that they're a murderer or something. Like, it's gotta be something up in there to grip me, like. you know.
Yeah, but if you want thrillers, you gotta read Jennifer Hillier, or you gotta read Frida. But Frida's still a little bit popcorn-y type of thriller to me. But Jennifer
That's why
Hillier,
I specifically said like Housemaid 2 is what I was thinking of, and then like, but that kind of like, you know, something could happen to me at any moment, and then at some point somebody's running for their life, like that kind of stuff. Like you got to be running for your life for a couple times in a thriller.
I feel like also with thrillers, when I think of thrillers, this might be a little bit of childish. I ain't gonna say like Goosebumps or anything like that, but I'm just thinking of like, I characterize thriller as like Halloween or something like.
Yeah, it gotta be a little like scary, like something like off-putting.
Yeah, it gotta be that.
I forgot about Goosebumps.
And that's such like kiddie reads, and even when I be watching it on TV, when it pops up on Tubi, like after that random movie or something that's on, I just be like thinking like, this shit's so fake and
whack,
so
right? It just didn't look scary at all. It's like when we was little, it's like them Goosebumps books to get you, boy.
Hell yeah, that shit had me dreaming about the shit.
That series with that dummy like had me scared as a kid, like for real.
I remember that. And Goosebumps books, like, you know, it's crazy. Like, those were like a good chapter book to start off with. Like, those were like a great beginner, like, book if you like it. But they were like such low grade levels. Like,
I was reading those in like first and second grade.
Yeah, because that's the grade level that they're meant for, first and second grade. I didn't think that, but it's just yeah. But I like Goosebumps books. I want my nephew to start reading them or something. That's
what I did for my nephew. I had got him like literally. I bought him the whole set of Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Man, he gonna be like, man, get this shit out of here.
Reading, right? I should get him Goosebumps though, because he's a little smart ass and he think he's smarter than everybody. I think that'll creep him out a little bit. I might buy him the Goosebumps.
What grade is he in?
Second.
Yeah, because my nephew is about to finish up second grade. He got them Dog Man books that's from the same author as the Captain Underpants. Like, he reads those. Like, and I used to read. Series. Yeah, I used to read Captain Underpants. Though.
I loved Captain Underpants.
What's your predictions for The Surrogate Mother?
The Surrogate Mother, I think it's gonna be good. Now that's a thriller. I think that is gonna be the thriller for real. But I think that I think Frida's gonna do her big one. I think it's gonna be a little bit darker. I think it's gonna be a little bit darker than we've seen in Frida, but I think it's gonna be good. It started off good.
All right, I'm trying to wait till I have a flight on Monday because I'm flying out of Connecticut for work next week, and I'll be back on Friday. But I have a long layover, and I was gonna start reading it during then. And perfect. I'm just like, I hope I don't finish this whole book in 3 hours. Some of this
you gonna put a big old dent in it. Especially with them layovers, child. You'll be done finished. Especially trying not to make eye contact with people. And
it's a long layover.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That wraps up this week's episode of the Booked and Busy podcast. Thank you for tuning in, and be sure to tune in for our next episode where we review The Surrogate Mother by Frida McFadden. Until next time, bye.
Bye.